See that? Boom. Whole area, light fortification. Well, everybody, I'll put the map seed in the description of the video. We are going with a nice coastal area. Let's select these rules. So we're going to be playing on the challenging difficulty with 2 exceptions. I do want non-depletable small mineral deposits on, and I want to reduce the territory upkeep because I'd like to make a really big area. Select our aspiration, relax, and play at our own style, no limitations. Village name Perfectville. Tech to Cat's the leader, big old kitty. Okay, so this is the hard part. We need the perfect area for our main settlement. So I am going to be building a castle-like perfect introductory city area. Now right here is amazing. The only problem is you can see that the regions around it may or may not be big enough. I am going to need both regions up here if I wanted to do what I'm thinking about doing. If I take this region and buy this region, I can do it. This is perfect. So we're going to buy this region. We're going to slap down our village center. Now you can move this later, so don't freak out, okay? We're going to buy that. Then we're going to go to the territory. Your first expansion territory is free. That's right. Free. So you want to get something as big as possible. Now, it would have been nice, but we need this to be tall. Now, you can see that there is a stone deposit right there. So what we're going to do is try to, like, get our width. This seems to be the right spot. So we're going to build a circle city. So what I want to do is go down to the smallest point. Now, either the circle or square, if you tick it up 11 times, it's the perfect size for a house. So we're going to tick this up 11 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Now, the purpose of what I'm doing, I will show you the most effective way to actually do a high density area. I just don't think it looks great. What I'm trying to do here is merge efficiency with something that looks aesthetically pleasing. It's actually really easy to get to medium and high density in this game, but what's difficult is making it look good. I'm gonna get out a template area that has 18 houses. So at medium density, it will give you 108 people, and at high density, it will give you 180 people. Now, you can easily get into high density using the least amount of patrols and workers as possible, using heavy fortifications, but I don't like the way that it looks. I would prefer to put my castle over here. What I want to do is show you how to get medium density and look really cool from the very beginning of the game. But if you want to do heavy density, I will tell you how to do that. So we're going to start off going 5 across from the center section. So you're going to take it, and you're going to go like this. Now, you want to do this all in one go, and you want to wait until they've moved into every house before upgrading anything, because it becomes a pain. It becomes quite a pain. All right, so all you're doing at this point is placing these circles as tightly and close together as possible. So, until you have 3 on top. Now, you can see we might have a problem here with this big thing of stone. They might not be able to build a house there, and that's okay. It's not always going to go the way that you want it to. Now, the concept here is I can buy all the territories. You have to be within 150 meters of your work site, right? This is going to be a walled-in city. There you go. And then I just remove the center. Here's the deal. We're going to get our prosperity up. I'm going to use village fortifications, and I'm going to use the wall to get light fortification. Full enclosure. That will give you light fortification throughout the whole thing, and you don't need a tower. Another thing that you can do. So we're going to buy our first points. I'm going to get the manor. That's the first thing I want to do. I want to get storage. I want to get fishing. Now, if I buy a castle, it costs 25. I can place the castle. I'm going to do this even though I really shouldn't, because money is very hard to get. Now, if I place the castle keep, it provides passive heavy in the area. So all I have to do is raise it up like so, right? So let me go into the tool. If I raise it up like so, it's going to hit all 18 houses. That will fulfill the requirements for heavy fortification. The next step is getting light fortifications. Either going into castle fortifications and village fortifications. I'd still need to get village fortifications because I need to be able to build a watch post to do patrols. But between this castle building and a full wall around the entire area, I could go into high density immediately and have enough space for 180 houses. Now, you want to wait until everyone moves into their house so they're built up, because if a road is going through a housing area, they can't build a house, it becomes chaos. So, like, get all of your houses up before you do this stuff. But if you wanted to go into heavy fortification from the start, that's how you do it. Like I said, I'm going to show you guys the most efficient way to do this, but I don't think that looks good, right? I want my castle over here. You only get one. But if you want to start off like that from the very beginning with having a fortified area like that, that's how you would do it. For this design, though, I'm only going to go up to medium density in mine. If I want to go up to high density, I can add a couple of towers later on. You can see here, rustic adds passive, all that kind of stuff. But the problem is when you use these towers, it looks bad. It looks like I'm going, you know, it looks like Lord of the Rings Eye of Sauron kind of stuff. So we're not going to do that, okay? That isn't going to be how I do this. But that is the most efficient way to do it from the start to get into high density. If I wanted to go that route, that would be the methodology that I use. What we're going to do is we're going to go into village fortifications and get a watch house up in the middle. And we're going to build a wall around this whole thing. Now, it's going to be really resource intensive, and it's not exactly the smartest way to do it, but I want to make a cool looking city. So now we can unpause the game, and we can start getting into the very basics of everything. So the first thing I need to do is build a builder's workshop. Now, I'm going to place that right around this area down here. Now, the beauty of the situation that we have here, with our housing right here, it can supply jobs all around this area, probably all the way even over to here. So we're going to have a nice area. And if I want to build more circle-like cities with walls around them, that's going to be a gravy train. So let's get this bad boy on the road. You can see they're building. We're going to have to watch this. We might have to forbid zones, but we want to get as many people in as fast as we possibly can. The very first thing that we want to do, get up a lumber camp. We're going to place our lumber camp right here, and we're going to build it. I'm going to leave some space for a warehouse. And we're going to place the warehouse right yonder, right next to it. And I'm going to leave the warehouse middle open so that I can expand it in the future. The logging camp can be expanded to its left side. And then the next thing I want to do is get sawmills. And we'll probably actually have more sawmills than you think you would need. It gets so big into my designs, I typically have like 4. All right, that's perfect. Now, another thing we want to do once we get this all hammered out is put a well in the center of the design. I can't really see what's going on, and I don't want people running up there and building things. So I'm just going to place the well down here for now so they have a spot to drink. And we want to get ourselves up a gatherer to get some berries. We're going to put that right here. And we can fish too. So I'm going to get us up a fishing camp as well. There we go. We got our fisher up. All right, we're in business. Let's also just preemptively get up, if we can. We're going to want a market area. So it looks like the housing's going to right about here. Let's take a gander. Now, I'm going to have market stalls and stuff like that in the center here. But right now, I'm trying not to have people come up here and mess around. So we might lose one house because of that stone right there. That's okay. Like I said, it's never going to be absolutely perfect. Right here is a good spot for market stalls, as we can see. I am probably going to put a church. You could put a church in the center of the design. Again, I kind of want to build something that looks a little nicer this time. So I'm going to have like my own little church area. But we'll get that up. Okay, so money is starting to be a little tight. So let's just get the basics up. And let's go from there. We got the warehouse. So the next thing that I want to do is probably get up the granary. Having a granary right next to all these market stalls actually is not a terrible spot. We just want to make sure that we have roads and areas they can go. This is close to the fishing too, so we'll do it right there. Okay, let's speed this up just a tad bit. Another thing I want to talk about that's probably not on your radar, because I've been reading the discords, I've been scouring videos. There's something called the ×3 bug, and that is when you're on ×3 mode, certain productions don't produce as fast. Grain, for instance, you get lower yields for some reason than you do when you're on ×1 mode. That's really interesting because I think I've noticed too, like, I'm like, why do I have like 120 milk now? It's like I haven't changed production, I haven't done this or that. Play on higher speeds. I guess this has been an issue going on for 6 years, is what I've read, like since it's been in early access, but there are issues with that efficiency. Okay, there we go. All right, cool. So we have a stone right here, and it looks like we have a stone up there, and we have iron over there. That's a beautiful thing. We're also going to want to get a stone cutter up. Yeah, that is a stone. All right, we're going to build stone right here. Get him up. Now, I'm a crazy man. I always tell them to build too many things at once. Honestly, getting the logging camp going is usually one of my first priorities. We have 3 builders right there. They're starting to get the houses up in the order that I want them to. Now, like I said, do not put any building projects. You do not want them growing roads. That's the beauty of them slowly building things up. That's why I haven't put anything like a market stall or anything in the center of the design. If you get a road going through things, it becomes quite chaotic. What you'll have to do is use a forbidden zone tool to tell them not to go there until everything disappears. So we're going to try to get them to build all of these houses before I start expanding anything in that area. Now, we do want to get a church up as soon as possible, too, because we're getting a really big negative from not having service. They also want water and all types of stuff. So we're going to slap up the well to a higher priority. We're going to need stone, so we got to get this stone guy up as well. So let's get some Jesus. All right. Now, I want my church to look magnificent, right? I want it to be just the most amazing thing anyone's ever seen. And even though it looks like everyone else's church, we can just pretend that it's special. And I'm going to place it right here. And we're going to build out a nice big church. It's not that special, I'm sorry. But there it goes. We're doing it. All right, so this is a nice little industrial area. Once we get this up, we're going to have different industrial areas. It looks like we have stone over here, so we can have some more stone. Looks like we also have iron over here. So this area is definitely going to be going in that direction. We have a lot of area open over here where I'm probably going to end up doing some bread. They're amazing, and they are exceptionally alert. I don't know what they're on, but I wish I had some of it. This guy looks like he's constantly aware of what everyone is thinking and or dreaming, and he's just really overwhelmed. So we got our camp going, we got our housing going. Once I get the wall around this bad boy, it's gonna look pretty nice, and we have a good thing going. So we're gonna break the rule, we're gonna go in the ×3 mode, and then we're gonna get all this stuff built up. Now, one thing about this game is I really wish they would add an auto recruit feature. I don't like the mobile game like kind of feel, having to click on every single person to join my village. That's the way it is. And another good thing about getting more villagers is we're building up our prosperity. So let's get 3 people in the berry hut for now. I really like the way that the circle houses look, but you can see this is really nice. It's really optimizing our space. Like I said, we're going to be able to fit 108 people in medium density, which is more than enough for the early game. And by if I were to place my houses here, it would limit the range that those workers could go, but by placing it at the very top, like so, it's great. Now, this took me about 5 or 7 rolls to find a map like this, so that's why I'm giving you guys the seeds so you can follow along with how I did this, because it is really difficult to find an area. All right, we're going to cut this whole thing down. I will eventually get a forester, but we don't need it yet. We don't need it quite yet. I wanted to focus on prioritizing all these other areas. All right, we got more houses starting to pop up. This is terrific. More villagers now, yeah. All right, yeah, getting that well up is definitely one of the early game priorities that makes the most sense when you look at happiness negatives. Like getting up a well is 20%, right? Castle's gonna come later, it's gonna come down. I'm gonna turn this whole little island down here into a castle. We could also actually turn this little, ooh, that looks better. I like this one. Yeah, I like the shorter areas. I mean, this would require quite a bit. All right, we got berries, we got stone, we got wood coming in. We just need to let them kind of get to it. A lot of things are popping up now. I definitely have them building quite a bit. Now, another thing I will say is that you can technically, in my opinion, fit about as many houses with squares as circles. You can actually get away with fitting 8 in an area that big. Squares actually probably make a lot more sense if you want to have like the best density possible. Again, though, with this design, I'm kind of going for something that I think is aesthetically pleasing. At the same time, the circles do a pretty darn good job. All right, finally. Okay, we're gonna put berries at the market trader. The fisher is now finally up. Let's get someone out fishing. We're gonna put fish in the second stall, so we're gonna have 2 types of food. Now, you only need 1, but I've found it's nice to have multiple foods going just from the start. Just a personal preference of my playstyle. You don't have to follow everything I do to the T. All right, we're now a village. Woo! Perfection. But you can see letting the houses just kind of naturally expand, it reduces roads to only the points that have been built, which is really, really nice. Like I said, it gets really chaotic when you're trying to build big areas. So it's smart to do it like right from the start like this. And we're getting pretty big. I need to prioritize this sawmill now. All right, let's get this gent. All right, the houses are coming up. We got another house expansion over there. Very good. All right. We're going to get to a point now where I probably do need to get up a couple other buildings. Now, one of the main things that you do want to get up pretty early is your manor house. This is incredibly important to being able to shake the town down. Now, I'm going to want this close enough that the tax offices make sense. It may even be nice to have my tax office in the middle of all these buildings. I haven't decided that part yet. The Great Hall and the manor itself need to be placed in a location that makes sense. So let's look. All right, we have this whole area over here. I'm going to place the manor right here, and eventually it will be big. We're going to place it right here. And we want to get this up pretty much ASAP so we can start shaking the town down to buy labor splendor. All right, sawmill is ready to go. We got 2 people in the sawmill. So let's make it a couple more. Maybe not. Yeah, probably not. All right, I'm going to add another resource, which is fish, and we're going to increase this. Perfect. So now we have our food groups. We have all the basic stuff going on. This is great. We can actually move the well now. What's actually kind of interesting is, as you can see, there are gaps in between these houses, which is really cool. I could technically place the well right here, and I think it doesn't hit any of this stuff. So you can actually, we could put stalls, we could do all types of weird stuff here. Very cool. I'm gonna place the well right there. Okay, it's time to get the forester camp down now. We're gonna place the forester camp probably, I'm gonna place them down right here for the time being. All right, we got wood coming in, we got boards. You kind of just have to let them do their thing at this stage of the game and just keep recruiting. It's a little dull, to be honest. All right, got some more people. Getting this area up. Very cool. All right, definitely want to prioritize the warehouse. That was a big mistake right there, not doing that. But it's okay. It's not like, you know, time-traveling medieval people are going to bust my door down if I make a mistake. It's good to prioritize buildings, especially when you get into situations where you need storage and or you want to start trading. But we do need to also get the Great Hall up and a lot of other stuff. We come into trade right now. We need 20 boards to unlock our first trade. We could buy 20 bread once we do that, and then we can unlock another trade, which is really, really great because you can sell them boars, you can sell them honey. That's amazing. Yeah, that's actually amazing. Selling honey at 5 a pop would be great. A lot of early game economics. We're most likely going to do a tavern resort like I did in my other video. They're just, it's really lucrative. The taverns are just very lucrative. All right, 2 more people into the fray. We got to get them jobs. Looks like I can put someone in the granary now. So we're going to assign berries and fish to be stored here. Put 2 workers in there. And it looks like I'm going to need to buy a region with fish. I don't have any okay. That was, I thought I had fish in my area. I didn't. Oh man. Okay, well, we'll turn this off for now until we buy a region with fish. It's good to have your infrastructure prepared though. Let's pop up the sawmill 1 more worker. I know we're not really doing too hot on the wood production right now, but that's okay. All right, we're in good shape. The big bottleneck right now, as you can see, is boards for sure, but I definitely want to get this warehouse up so I can start storing things properly. The housing is doing amazing, starting to really start to show. This is great. We should definitely prioritize that well. I think we're getting a negative from not having it. No, we got negative 1% from water, not bad. Service negative 20. The church is definitely a high priority. I think we're also going to want to try to get another lumber camp. This is kind of crazy, and it's part of playing on the harder difficulties is sometimes things just don't make as much sense as you think they would. So we're just gonna get a lumber camp up here. No roads should be built. Let's keep them out of the housing area though, just in case they accidentally make a road, but things are popping up just the way they need to, so this is great. All right, got our lumber camp up. Let's get this show on the road. We just need a lot more wood. All right, cool. So we're gonna place here logs, boards, stones, and tools, and we're gonna put 1 person in there for now because that's all we have. And now we have a spot for all that. Very good. Forester camp's getting up too. All right, we're in business. We should have a lot more wood coming in now. Beautiful. Look at those houses going up. Getting more people. So we just want to continue to expand. I want to get all of these houses built up as fast as possible so that I can start really playing the game. This is the hardest part in the design, is just making sure people aren't walking over your future expansion areas. But I love the way that these road systems are working. And what we're going to have is a wall going around this whole thing with gates and all types of stuff too. It's going to look great. Now, I like the castle fortification wall a lot more than the village fortification wall. This wouldn't be a bad area for industry too over here. This spot down here. There's potential for boars and logging and all types of stuff over there. So maybe we will do that. I do need to unlock a fishing spot. All right, cool. We're in business. There we go. Got a lot of new houses popping up. Got 2 more individuals, 2 more in the warehouse. All right, we're going to pull 1 out of the warehouse, and we're going to put it into the forester camp. Want to make sure we're reforesting this entire area. Perfect. We only have a few more housing spots to go. And technically speaking, you don't even need to have the center open. I like having the center open for the watch post. It makes the patrols really easy because they're just going back and forth between that building. Nice. We got a lot of lumber. Sawmill's going strong. Berry gents are going strong. Everything's doing pretty darn well. We may even want to move the berry gents at some point. 2 more folk. Once we get 20 excess boards, I can start opening trade routes, and we can start selling polished stone. Now, polished stone is definitely going to be one of the things I want to go to as soon as possible. Once I get the manor up, I can start shaking people down, or I can just buy it now. We need 25 labor splendor. It's pretty expensive. We're going to spam bushes for it, and I'll show you that trick in a bit. But being able to just shake the whole town down with the Great Hall is just insanely great. All right, the village is really starting to come together now. You can see, though, that they're forming roads, but they naturally just fill in the housing where it needs to be, so that's great. Now, I'm just going to leave this housing zone there. I like to visually have a representation of how big the area is. And we're going to wall this whole thing in to give it light fortification. So we're not going to have to build a tower to the sky to get it. It's just, we're going to get it from just having it walled in. It's going to be great. All right, the church is almost up. The manor house is almost up. It's just boards and boards. I should have probably prioritized one. I should probably prioritize the church to make them happier. Manor is right there. Just a couple more planks. Church is right there. Gonna pop in the village priest already. Perfect. Church is up. There we go. Nice. Now we can make this bigger as we need to. 24. We have 29 individuals, and it has enough for 24. Definitely gonna have to expand that at some point. I need to get trade going as fast as possible now. Yes, we just got 50 gold. All right, we can shake everybody down here in a second. Looks like I actually can do it right now. So, Operation 8, Shake Down the City, has commenced. We just shook everybody down, and I'm going to build some really pretty bushes now. So we're going to pop ourselves into 25 labor splendor really, really easy. So select the build tool, edit building, go into monument decorations, and you can see that we have weather vanes. So here's the deal. I need to get to 10 prosperity, and I need to buy tier 2 decorations in order to do the spamming of the bushes. So I could do the weather vanes. They're really good. That will get us right there 18, and that's because you get 1.5 additional splendor on the Great Hall. So we're gonna do that. That's going to be great. That's going to push us right to almost 25. So, yeah, the bushes are nice. Monetary, I mean, that is a lot of tools, and that kind of sucks. But I like to shake the village down for money. You're going to need a lot of it, and the peasants won't mind. So we got 2 more houses that can go up. This house won't be able to go up because of the stone. All right, we want to get more people in here to demand those housing locations. Once I get all of my houses up, we're going to be in good shape. But I love the way the Circle City looks. It looks so... like, it's grid, but it looks aesthetically pleasing. Like, this is a really cool way to build your city, in my opinion. It's going to look great when I have the wall around it and when I have the centralized locations. Everything about this is going to look really nice. So, okay. We got the church. We got the shakedown. My best builder will draw you a thing. Yeah, let's do that. Cool. Now we're in common path tier 2. That was luck. So we're going to buy tier 2 decorations, and we're going to buy stonemason hut to do polished stone for trade, and we're going to buy a village edict. That's really, really important. Let's go to our edicts now. Royal book. Edicts. So the edict we're going to do is this thing called careful planning. Refund 50% of the tools we use after constructing. This is huge. If you do not do this, you will hate everything. It is so amazing to get half your tools back. Because we're going to be spending hundreds of tools. This will greatly accelerate your gameplay. Just tremendously. I don't want to... No, I'm going to continue my own. But yeah, because like there's so many tools we need. We're going to have to be purchasing tools and importing tools. It's going to save us money. It's going to save us time. It's just massive. Nice. Tools and some points. Perfect. Okay. We're in business, so we just need a little bit more splendor. I have the money for it. I have the tier 2 decorations. We got the coops. So I need 10. All right? I need 10 more. So we're going to just spam the bushes over here on the market. You could also, if you want, just like start preemptively upgrading all these gens, but that only gives beautification. What we want is that nice splendor. Now we don't need to spam the bushes in an ugly way here. We can spam the bushes in a slightly less ugly way. Actually, yeah, we don't want anything there because that's where the walls are going to go. And I'm just going to do that many just to get that +5. And I'll do a few over here. You could also do other things. There are benches that add nice aesthetics. So we can add some benches. And we can do 1 oak planter. This will cost a lot of money, but let's do it. There we go. Tier 2 labor splendor. So we have a nice little market area. Now we can upgrade to light fortifications and a tier 2 labor privilege for sure. The tavern for sure. This is how we're going to make the majority of our money. And butchering, so we can get into boar hunting. And farming. Okay. We're going to want to get a lot of that stuff up. Perfection. All right. 1 individual. Let's pause this bad boy. So hunting we can see. Not a whole lot. No, not a whole lot of opportunities there. I was hoping that this little area over here would have opportunities, and it does. So I think we are going to purchase this so we get access to fish and we can get access to boars. And we can do some more logging down there. We might actually just start moving all of our logging down there and turn this into a producer zone. So that's something we can do. All right. The big kicker is now that we have 20 planks, let's go into the royal book. Let's go to our privileges down here. So there's a few. Let's go down the line. Trade price bonus of 10% from village with labor allegiance. Not really that great. Civic chores, labor buildings upkeep reduced by 25%. That's really cool late game. Fair reputation, newcomers ignore happiness, immigration factor. This is really good if you want to keep shaking down your town for money and get immigration coming in. I use it for that purpose. This is actually one of my favorites. Additional taxation. This is good for taxation and usually like medium game, in my opinion. Dutiful payers, residential taxation and happiness effect is decreased by 25%. This is great too. Now, let me explain. You're probably wondering, why have I not put a tax office up? Why haven't I done this XYZ? You don't really get a whole lot of taxes in the early stage of the game. Like, you need at least a tax office with commoners, and you need a lot of people. You don't get a whole lot of money taxing people. I get way more money just shaking the town down. So, I mean, taxes do add up in the long run, but early game, I have not found taxes to be the way to go. Every time you trade with a village at labor allegiance, you gain 1 influence with this estate. This is really good for building up labor influence points. So, out of all of them, the fair reputation one is probably one of my favorites because it really heightens immigration, especially with my strategy of just shaking the town down a lot to fund expansion, because like you need money to build certain buildings, and it's a lot easier to shake your people down with the manor than it is to wait the 4 or 5 hours to get that money naturally through other means. So that's what we're going to do, and that is just my play style. I really don't want to debate it. It's just the way that I play the game, and just if you like what you see, use it, and if you don't like what you see, then don't worry about it. All right, so we need to unlock this trade route. So that means that this 20 planks are not stored. So you can see that we have 17 stored, 2 in transit, 1 in production output. Now, in order to trade and or upgrade, everything it's based off of what is in storage, not how many you have in general. So we got to let that build up a little bit there. But now we were able to do a lot of stuff. I actually really want to get this trade post going. So I'm going to hold off on doing anything. All right, we have 20 in storage now. So unlock that. Cool. We have a couple things to build now. One is a stonemason hut, which I'm going to get up right here. You can see we need money. Operation Shakedown, right? All right. We're probably going to need another warehouse, or we're going to need to purchase the warehouse expansion. I'm probably going to purchase the warehouse expansion because I don't have enough workers for all the things that they want. It looks like we have all the houses up, but 1, 2 still. Perfect. All right, we're in good shape. Really good shape. We got a lot to do now. I need to get meat going. We have a lot of options. The most generous offer, accumulate 25 stone. Get 50 fish. Gain 50 fish. I don't need fish. Not yet. We got enough berries for everybody here. All right, a lot to do. So, with all that said, we're going to go into the Great Hall, edit building. We're going to add a sub-building. We are going to start adding tax offices. We do want to get taxes going, but it is not, as I said, a big priority. I'm going to place this down. I'm not using the towers at all for the light fortification. I'm going to use walls. Again, I'm going for aesthetics over efficiency for this, but technically speaking, it's very, once you get the walls, you get light fortification on everything, and it's really good. It looks better than having a giant Gandalf tower. All right, and then the next thing that we want to do, go to the manor, is we want to build a watch post, and we want to centralize it. Now, we're going to have a few buildings over here in the middle. So we got this big area. Look how much space I have. Isn't that amazing? So we're going to place this here. I'm going to leave room for future buildings. We could even do a market. We could do all the market stalls in the center here, which wouldn't be too terrible. So let's actually... Isn't this crazy? Look, I can actually put that all the way back there. So we're going to put this here. We're going to put a door. You don't even have to have a tower. Now, if I were to put a tower here, I could hit quite a bit of buildings. But this is what I'm talking about. It's like, I can either use walls, which are resource intense and look good, or I can do some crazy stuff like that. I don't want to do that. We're not even going to have a tower. It's just going to be a nice little building. But this is pretty expensive. Let's build that bad boy up. But that's for patrols. We're pre-planning. So it is nice to have some areas, right? If I placed it center and made the tower a little bit bigger, it'd be nicer. Yeah, it's going to be expensive. So let's go and look at this. So we're going to use village fortified walls. And we're going to use gatehouses. Now, gatehouses are where the expense is. You can see they're one tool. And the walls are just wood. We have a lot of wood. So let's get this up. Now, I am a man who doesn't care about the cost. Because I'm building my grand ambition. So you got to place these bad boys first or the walls just get a little wonky. It says too far, but it's not. Okay. All right. And we're going to go around. This is going to be the kind of hard part because I want my walls to look a little nice, but that looks really weird, right? So we're just going to click build on that. And then I'm going to start over again. I don't like that circling that it does. So what we're going to do is build one post there. There we go. So you can see now it's tight. I like that. See that? Boom. Whole area, light fortification. So then I put a patrol, and I just have a couple patrol people, and I get everyone at the medium density. So you can get the heavy density, like I said, if you just build in the center, going to your monuments. If you build a castle, the castle keep gives passive heavy fortification. So every single one of these buildings, just at this height, right here, if I were to put this right here, all these would be heavy density. So I'm aware of these things, but that I don't think that looks that great. And medium density is actually fine. Like, you get 6 people. Heavy density, you can have 10. So you go from 2 to 6. That's 100 people. You only have so many jobs around an area, right? So you can build multiple settlements, but this is the way that I wanted to do this. It looks nice. You have a little wall around everything. So you don't have to build these giant Gandalf towers. Like, you literally just need light fortification and patrol. So you can do that with walls and a building. Now, if I use towers, I need guards, and I need all these people. With this, I'm going to need just 2 people on patrol, and that's it. Yeah, this is going to be a little pricey. It's only 5 tools, though, 25 boards, and most of it's wood. So we're in great shape. So once this guy gets up here, and we got 2 houses people need to move into, we're going to be in good shape. Now, we're only going to have 102 people maximum in that area. Another thing that I can do is when I get heavy, if I get down to city fortifications, or I could go into Stone Castle Wall and get the modest castle watchtower, or down here I get the city watchtower, it projects city fortification, and a tower here will hit all of these houses, and a tower looking in here will hit all these houses. So that's most likely what I'm going to do for heavy fortification if I come to that point. I kind of feel like I am going to need to go to high density here eventually if I expand all the way around to this, right? But you could also get to heavy density with the city belfry and the city market. So you can place a city market in the center and put a belfry, and also get a passive heavy. So if you don't want to have guards and you want to reduce that upkeep of people, that's another way. There's tons of ways to get heavy density in the game. I just don't think necessarily having these giant towers in the middle of residentials looks entirely too appeasing. So I just wanted to have kind of like a fortified medium density area. I like it a whole lot. All right, so something kind of weird's going on here, because it's saying that there's insufficient housing, but it's not populating this spot. There we go. It just was, there was something off, and this one has a road in it now. Sometimes you can get lucky and it will still build on a road. Other times, not so much. All right, I don't need this anymore because we got the wall out. We're going to remove this. This is what I was talking about, where things get a little annoying. We're going to move this, and we're going to create a forbidden zone here and get rid of that road. And then we'll place a house there later. But this is why you want to get all your houses up. It becomes quite a headache. And yeah, we definitely need to get into medium density soon. So that's my goal right now. Like, again, too, when you build this way, you take the game in a direction that it's not meant to go. You're supposed to build up small and do XYZ. But I never play that way. I like to have my big projects in my future thinking. And this is going to look really cool. Like, once I have this housing plot all hashed out, I'm going to have industry, I'm going to have farmland all around it. Like, we're going to have farmland going out this way. We're going to have a bread production going out that way. It's going to be great. The road is already disappearing. I'm going to try. We're going to go 1 click up. There we go. Cool, we got it. And we could try again over here, but I've never been able to build on stone unless I remove the resource. Okay, we're going to remove the resource then, because it would be great to have that house. Not going to lie. And that's a sin, right? But it's a sin I'm willing to commit, because I do have 2 stone deposits. Now, iron, I wouldn't do that. But yeah, let's remove the stone deposit so we can build that house, because it's really nice having all of your stuff. We got it going on, so it's going to take a bit for this all to get up. All right, so the tax office is good. Let's start putting someone into taxing. You can see that because I'm building buildings, I do have some upkeep situations. So Operation Shakedown has commenced. Now remember, because I have that policy where, oh yeah, we have 7 villagers unemployed, which really reduces immigration. So I'm shooting myself in the foot not employing these people. I got a little distracted with the building of everything. So let's go through. There's a nice little area here. To go to your royal book, right? Go to buildings, and you can see where people, like, let's do 2 tax collectors. You can just manually add right here. It's great. So I have 5 unemployed people. The next thing I want to do is buy this region down here. Get refined foods and all that kind of stuff. We're going to definitely have a market area in the center of this. Right now, I'm just trying to get it all up. Cool. We did remove it. Oh, whoopsie daisy. This is the hard part, trying to get it to fit inside. I think we can do it. I just need to be a little... I kind of messed up. I should have kept the original everything. But this is cool. I also like the way that the circle houses look. It's really neat. All right, perfect. All right, I guess I'll just throw someone into this village market just because I can. And it looks like berries are starting to get a little bad. Okay. I'm going to do something that I'm not too happy with. We need 100. So this is going to be interesting. And it could put us into a bad situation. But I have to counteract the fact that we're just going to build another berry hut. There's an enormous amount of berries everywhere. What's kind of funny is we even have berries inside of the town right here. So I'm going to put another berry hut right here. And I'm just going to let it kind of roam around. We're going to need a little money. We're going to shake the town down. There we go. Yeah, we're running out of food. That's never good. All right, there's plenty of places to cut down. All right, I'm going to make this area as big as possible. I think it's potentially the wall. There we go. All right, it loops a little bit there. Yeah, that's going to block it. This is actually more than enough room. So we should be good. I'm just going to have to wait it out. All right, let's build this for sure so we can start selling that. All right, we got the tax office going. I don't think it's bringing in too much, but let's go and start our taxes. Taxation, we're going to boot it up to 1. It's going to bring in 18 a month. It's going to bring like 5 a month. That's my point. Early stage of the game, you're just not going to make that much money. We're going to go into the tavern next, but we got this all going. We got gatehouses on pretty much every end. And yeah, things are going to look nice once the roads are all meshed correctly. There we go. Perfect. So this keeps everybody in a nice little fortified area. Shaking down one more time. And then I'm going to use that money to buy this region down here. And now I can start fishing. The fish spot right there. Should be able to get to. And we'll come over to the market stall. Place fish in there. I might need to move this berry man somewhere else. He seems to be doing all right. There's a lot of berries around, but it's just not enough. All right, the fishes are going now. The next thing I'm going to need is a bridge. So unlock the wooden bridge. All right, we got patrols now. So now we can go to medium density. Cool. We got that house going up. Perfect. We got the whole thing. This is beautiful. I'm only going to need 1 patroller. And it says not enough guardsmen, but extended guard coverage. So we just needed 2 guards for this area. And probably 1 patrolman is more than enough. And then now I can just kind of do this. Highlight each of the houses. You can also just do a dot. I'm going to go this route, though. There we go. So every house has a patrol over it. And we'll just connect them like that. In the middle, and then that's it. That's it. Now these are all going to be medium density housing. That's 108 people. Yeah, because that's 18 times 6 people per house. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Perfect. So that's how easy it is to get to medium density. And kind of like with the circle city design. We're in beautiful shape. Next, I'm going to expand my warehouse storage. I need a spot for shaped stone. So I can't sell or trade shaped stone without storage for it. So we'll probably shake the city down one more time. We have our tax office. We have our great hall right here. Got a secondary lumber camp, which I'm probably going to move. And by probably, I mean I'm going to absolutely move this. I'm going to move this over here. Okay. Go to the bridge tab. So this is going to be the hard part. We need to get a bridge up. 35 boards. I only have 2. So we're going to get a bridge up going this way. And then we'll get some lumber camps over here. I'm going to pull these guys out since they can't work. Hire these 2 other individuals. So we're kind of hurting right now. I'm going to increase the berries. I neglected some of my food supplies, but we'll be okay. We have enough food coming in right now. We'll probably put 2 people in patrols just to make it nice. But yeah, you just need the 1 watch post. This whole area is going to be great. All right, got our second berry hut up. I'm going to get him going at full speed. Ooh, all the berries are pretty much gone out of this area. Might move him up into another spot. This will be good for now. But yeah, we need to focus on food. But we just doubled our berries, so that's going to be a really good first step. And the stonemason will definitely be next. We need 8 tools for that. But remember, because of that policy we have, we get 4 of those tools back when this is built. That's why it's so important to get that stuff going. There's a lot of other little industries that I've been neglecting. Sheep, all that stuff. So now that we have the population stabilized, we have the main area where we're going to build almost everything around. This is going to be amazing. I can now start going into all of the different industries. So bread, wheat production, sheep production, all that stuff. We can go into all that jazz. We have this area over here for meat hunting and butchering, and that's great. Extra wood, all that. And I guess we potentially could turn this into another... This wouldn't be a bad spot for the monastery, to be honest. This plain area back here, monastery, castle over there. Try to keep it all separate. Very nice. Yeah, none of them can get to the lumber camp. Well, once we get this village thing up right there, we'll be in good shape. The walls are almost all up. I just want it to look a little straighter. Very good. That won't take them more than a couple seconds to rebuild that. There we are. So we got ourselves a nice little 6-sided area, just like all the houses inside of it. Very cool. So all of these are going to get light fortification now, once this is rebuilt, and we'll be in good shape. All right, we got 4 people. Not bad. The forester seems to be doing a good job. The bridge is going up. Let's high prioritization on that. All right, we have 4 unemployed individuals. Looks like everybody's employed that needs to be. Food is like slightly coming in at an okay rate. This berry maker over here. Nice. We just upgraded. All right, I'm gonna prioritize the village fortification. But all of these houses are upgrading into medium density, so now they can house 6. So this is 108 people right off the bat. So we can build quite a good city from where we are right here. We just need to kind of expand on top of stuff. So a little bit of a chaotic start to do things this way, especially because food wasn't really dialed in very well. But everything seems to be doing decently right now. Oh, that's the builder's workshop I moved. Whoopsie daisy. Well, the builder's workshop can be up here too. It's not a bad spot for it. We're going to move that guy over there. All right, more individuals. Okay, the fish are coming in. The berries are doing great. It looks like we just need more boards. We'll have a bridge. And then we'll have this whole area over here for pigs and all that kind of stuff. This is going to actually be really, really decent. The forester camp's doing a good job. I think I'm going to move forestry and logging and all that. Like, probably... I mean, this isn't a bad spot for it. It's not a bad spot for it. But yeah, we'll definitely want to get the logging camp going on over there. All right, cool. So everything over here is perfect. So look at that. We have light fortification and patrols, residentials, and very, very minimal cost. Very minimal cost for all of that. This is perfect. If anything, I might want to get another patroller. But you can see that he's just going house to house and doing his job. Pretty easy for him to hit everywhere. I think he's prioritizing based on what areas need more. Might need another patroller. Maybe. I don't know, though. I think this is good. It's the way it is. So all these are upgrading now, so that's a huge cost. That's 20 boards an upgrade. So that kind of hurts. We definitely need to get this bridge up at some point. But food is back on the menu. Like, they're doing great. We got berries coming in. We got fish coming in. We definitely need to focus a little bit on the food production. But this is a really good start for everything and for, like, where we are. I think this is great, so I will continue this in the next chapter.